All right, let's go to I guess the origin, the beginning for us, which was the late 90s. What are some of the let's just go like kind of one by one, some of the key sort of moments or sticking memories.
Yeah, 100%. Look, first of all, I'll go first and I'll preface it by, look, like a 1 hour pod is not going to do it justice, obviously. So we're just going to like really scratch the surface. We may revisit again
Hey,
for like
maybe we should
yeah.
just like stay in that era because I don't know. For me, most of the shit that I want to talk about is in this era.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll freestyle,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah.
like
We'll see how we go.
let's say, well, okay, so for me, actually, the first one, as I said, I started watching in '97, so I actually watched like the fake Super League series, and we lost that. But Queensland, the last game, like, obviously as a kid, remember watching on the fucking old school CRT TV, like I still remember it. I remember that memory,
Hang on.
but I
So
had to go
Super
back and
League did its own state of origin?
yeah, like a fake one because obviously it's branded. They can't call it State of Origin. They call it like Tri Series or some shit.
Oh, right. So what
Yeah,
makes the try? Is it New Zealand?
I think it was. Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but it was Queensland, New South Wales at the end.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Tri Series, as in like best out of three or some shit. I can't
Right,
remember, but it
right.
was Queensland versus New South Wales in the final. Wayne Bennett was coaching Queensland
Yeah.
and had all the Super League players. So we're talking had like New South Wales had like Laurie Daly and shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it had yeah. So anyway, yeah, basically, I think it might be the longest rugby league game played professionally. I believe it went for like 105 minutes or something because like no one scored. It was draw after 80 minutes. And then like they were
Okay.
just being Torres with the field goal, like they were
Yeah.
just going back and forth. And then India and New South Wales kicked one. They kicked one, and then
Okay. Okay.
we lost. And I guess that sort of started it all for me as like, I remember feeling really bummed as a kid and stuff. Like I remember the vision, the Blues guy kicks the field goal and then like he's like, and then like, all that sort of shit. Yeah, and that's just a memory when I was a kid. But then 98's a big one. So 98, so I don't know if you remember because I was probably more into it at this point. This we
Hmm.
just immigrated.
Hmm.
But 98 game one. And I love it because Joey Johns was playing, right? Joey Johns was playing, back then used to hate him as a player and love watching him lose and have a sulk and whatever, right? Anyway, Joey's playing and he's
Even
having this
even then,
shocker.
even then, before he like won the chip and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, like he was, like he was new, he was fresh,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
think maybe his debut as a seven,
Yeah.
maybe his debut as a seven, I believe
Yeah.
actually, yeah. Anyway, he's playing halfback and he's having a shonker, right? And then like he's missed all his conversions and shit, having a shonkazoids, and then and then it was 23-18 because he kicked a field goal before halftime, right? So it's 23-18 because he fucking missed the conversion. So if he
Yeah.
got that conversion, it would be 25-18 or anyway, missed the conversion 23-18.
Up.
Everyone go YouTube it. 1998 game one. So like Kevin Walters kicks from inside our own half, like that classic crossfield kick to like the winger. And Icon gets it, runs, gets tackled, and then we just make our way downfield. And then like Alfie Lange inside ball to Tony Carroll. Tony Carroll is playing back then. Boom, scores a try near the sticks.
Oh, is
And
this
then
Lockie's conversion?
yeah, and then Lockyer has to convert, and then we win by 1 point, 24-23. And like that was my first like Queenslander like last second try. We've got obviously all that mark point shit before era, but that was my Queensland first moment, like clutch, last second, never say die, we're in the game and whatever. Anyway, we go on to win that series, like we lose game two, but we win game three. But anyway, that 1998 game one, last second clutch Tony Carroll last second try on the buzzer and then
Yeah.
conversion to win it. Yeah, how about you, man?
Well, I'm sure I didn't watch that live because yeah, I don't really remember it. And my ones, I'll try to kind of make it chronological, but um, I guess the reason that I have most to talk about this era, late 90s to mid 2000s, before our domination, was because I cared the most during those times. It fucking pained me to lose three in a row to the Blues and shit. Like it would fucking cut me deep. And I remember so like and I remember more like snippets, right? So like when Fittler returned, and then also like when Joey returned, like those kind of snippet moments where we lost yet again. And I
Yeah, in the mid two
remember,
thousands.
yeah, I remember Gus when he was coaching, and he must have brought in all these rookies, and like and Hodgson made like 300 meters that game and just like shredded us apart. Um,
2000.
yeah. So Boz will know all the years off by heart, but yeah, like those kind of snippet memories are what kind of stuck with me. One that I will talk about is
The hand grenade and getting smashed like Ryan
yeah,
Girdler, Fletcher,
yeah,
all
all
that.
that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
The 10-pin bowling ball, like that shit. Like lots of cheesy shit that the Blues used to do when they were just like so good. They were so deep and all flashy and shit. Um, but yeah, one that I kind of really remember is Adrian Lamb, and well, it was a close game. Harrigan,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, bro.
Well, I can't even remember the core, but like
Some knock on or
Tallis,
something
who
else.
is an absolute like symbol of Queensland, that Queensland kind of um, what is it like that aggression. Like he is the symbol of that aggression.
Raging Bull.
Yeah, the raging bull, and he's like, they've got a. We've just been robbed the game, and he's going up to Bill Harrigan and going like, "You're a fucking cheat." And then Harrigan like initially gives him the 10, and then Tallis keeps going, so he just goes, "Just go, just go,"
Yeah,
just
that
repeating that.
vision. Yeah,
That,
yeah, and Adrian Lamb on the side.
yeah,
Classic
like
Origin,
that. I
bro.
think I think those painful memories really like stick with me the most, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, because for you, it's that era, and this is, I agree with you, it's probably when I wouldn't say cared the most, but there was definitely like, you're at school and then like everyone's giving you shit because you go for
Yeah,
Queensland or
yeah, yeah.
Brisbane in the first place. And then like, yeah, so, I used to know everything off by heart. And, now, obviously, the years have passed, but yeah, the years are so. You're talking about the 2000s, the early 2000s. Now we're just getting smashed. So 2000 is the year Hodgson comes, just rips it apart, and like just you don't even. I think that's also the Taylor send off, one of those games where the
Yeah.
game was in the balance, and that's also the year where we get smashed like 50.
Yeah,
Clean
yeah,
sweep
yeah.
50 to and that's the hang like that year. I just selective memory Gonski, but that's the year we get like freaking smashed. And then 2001, just to quickly touch on, that's when we have a brief. That's when Wayne Bennett comes back and all these
Carlos
rookies
tried?
come on. Yeah, no. 2001's where all the rookies come in, like Tony Buttigieg or whatever his name is. All these
Carl
no
Webb?
names.
Carl Webb?
Carl Webb, yeah, and all these no names come in, yeah, like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, like John
like John
Doyle
Doyle,
and shit. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Doyle and shit, like all these randoms, like from North Queensland and shit, people we don't even know. And then that's like the famous like Lockyer try, like Kamali kicks it downfield, Lockyer gets the ball, passes to Takiri, Takiri makes the break back to Lockyer, like that sort of crazy
That's the
shit. And
one
then
with
like
the cool camera work, right? Is that the
yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, where it goes, yeah.
yeah. Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah, and then so that's the one where that happened, and then and that is the series where Alfie came back in game three.
Ah, yes,
Remember,
of course.
that try, yeah. So yeah. So that's that one, and then we just get smashed in 03, 04, 05.
Right,
Smashed.
right.
03 is the Joey one, 04 is the Fitler one,
Yeah.
and 05 is the Joey one again. Okay, so
Joey
like
came back
03 is
twice.
no, so 05 is the famous Joey one. 03 is like just Joey being
The
Joey,
the
like and he just
the
yeah that's 03 Suncorp,
yeah.
but that's not the 05 is like the comeback, like the comeback and fucking frashes. So 03 and 04, 05, so Joey and Fitler.
Yep.
Just cars. And Lockie's probably still young. So Joey and Fitler in their prime, and Lockie's just had under because they're in their 30s, and
Yeah.
Lockie's probably in the like mid 20s, like 26ish at the
Still
time.
still playing fullback, yeah?
Yeah, oh no, 5'8" at the time.
5'8"
Just
then.
started. Yeah,
Right,
just
yeah,
started.
yeah.
Started. Yeah. So he's getting hammered and stuff. So that's sort of that era. The only shining light in that era was '02. So I'm freestyling here. Obviously, that's the Carlo one, and that's one of the again. I
Carlos right in
remember
the
because
corner.
Carlos. I remember it because I remember what I was doing. I was at Croydon Park. This is my parents at the shop. I don't know you remember that. And then it was in that small room that was downstairs because my parents were up. And then I was watching it on the small TV.
Yep.
And then I was feeling bummed because we're like another series gone or whatever.
Yep.
And then last second, like literally last second, Alfie gives it to Carlo, and Carlo brushes off Jason Moody. Oh, like classic forward
It's like
try.
just
Like I
bumps
love
off
that.
like
Yeah.
three people in the
I
corner.
love that.
We
Love
go
that.
straight
Yeah,
in.
love those sort of tries. Like Sekiro from like 30, 40 meters out, just line break and then
Yeah, that was
fend off the fullback. And then I just remember that. And that's the one where Tallis was like to the crowd and stuff because there was the sign.
hang on, hang on. Were you talking about Carlo or Carl Webb? You're talking
Car
about
Law? No, Car Law. I'm talking about that.
yeah,
That's the
Carl.
last second try.
Because
Yeah,
Carlo's try led to the series being drawn, but we'd won the
drawn.
previous one.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's
it
right.
became a win for us.
Yeah, correct. But we should have just converted it because Gus Gould keeps
I
saying
give
it's
a
a
fuck.
draw.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
true.
Um,
Yeah, no, it's just annoying that he does. But yeah, you know
What
I mean.
about which one? Do you remember which year Matty Bowen's intercept was? I'm pretty sure we lost that series, but yeah.
Yeah, we lost that series. That's '05 game one. '05
Okay.
game one. We were killing it, and then New South Wales came back, and then we went to Golden Point, and
Yeah.
then Matty Bowen scored it. Great, that was great. I remember we were at Stratford Pub, dude. So I don't know if you remember, but we were at Stratford Pub, and then we were just killing it first half, 19-0 or something, and they came back, and then 19 all, and then I don't know 20 alls because like Thurston had to kick another field goal or something shit. Anyway, yeah, and then like Matty Bowen instance. I remember we were at Sharp Pub.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, I think for me, the reason that it's most memorable is because I was most invested during that time. You know, like as you said, you talk where this is the stage where well, after Friday night footy, we're like talking on the phone and analyzing the game for like 2 hours and stuff. Every during Origin period at school, like that's all we're talking about at school, like with mates. The next day, if Queensland win, like you know, we go to school with a big smile. Otherwise, we just get owned at school. Yeah, just
I
all
wonder
the
if kids still do that. I wonder
yeah.
if kids still do that.
And you know,
Yeah.
Thursday night footy show, like we used to watch that shit
Ah, yeah,
religiously.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sunday
Back then.
roast, Sunday footy show.
Yes, the boots and all and Sunday roast. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, far
yeah.
out.
So like, you know, I think I was probably most into league during that time. You know, like obviously during our glorious run as well. But yeah, I think for me the painful memory. But you know, again, one
Up they come in the defence line.
I
The New
guess
South Wales Blues,
good
the
memory
Wizard Blues,
out
they
of that
put him
is
away.
definitely
Lockyer
Ragdoll,
goes to that
Tallis.
left foot again.
No, I'm sure
Oh,
that
yeah,
it was in a series that we lost,
It is
right?
with Tamana Tahu,
I think that was the
youngest
ultimate
player in the New South Wales
withdrawal.
side. Hudson
Yeah.
around to Carey.
Ragdoll just,
Hudson lassoed
grabbing
by
Hudson
Tallis.
by the
Look at
scruff of
Tallis.
the neck
Look
and
at
dragging him
Tallis.
like 20
He
meters.
Yeah,
drags
classic.
him
It's out left
over
side
and
That's
out of the
insane.
So good.
rectangular ring.
Anything else from that era?
No, I think. Well, as I said, we could probably drill down a bit further, but yeah, I mean, as I said, '03, '04, '05, smashed, right? Couple of moments here and there, but I guess the one thing though is '04, game two. That's Billy Slater's try, and I just
Oh,
remember
of
like
course.
the context of the game, and I believe I could be wrong on this one. I believe we were at our mate's house, who lives in South Stratfield. We were at his place. I think it was me, you, and him, because we were. That's the footy, as you said, the Friday night 40 days or whatever, and he goes for the dogs and whatnot. So we were most into it then, and then yeah, just the context of the game, it was neck and neck, and then we needed something. Suncorp Stadium, Lockie puts in like a midfield grubber. There should be more of that. There's not enough of that these days. Bang, puts it in. Slater, bang, around Minicello, chips and chase, bang, and then he just slams the board out, and like the way he goes like that, yeah, just obviously that's in Origin history, but yeah, like the context of that try was epic. Okay, so that try, I mean, it's still considered epic, but yeah, it would just shame we didn't win the series. So yeah, yeah, I think that sort of covers. I mean,
Yeah,
our memory is hazy as well. You know
I
what I
think
mean? That was
for me,
20
that's
years ago.
the best Origin try that I've seen live.
Same, same.
Yeah, most dramatic. Just it's that chip, the regather, the step, and then the chip again, and then the post try celebration.
Yeah, the post try that, yeah, it's so iconic. And like, Slater was a bit of a shit. Like people forget he was a bit of a shecky. He had that
Oh yeah.
he had that in him, which is
Oh,
great.
he's a bit of a dirty player, I reckon. But anyway,
Oh, like the sliding tackles and shit. Like
yeah,
the
yeah, and then like the high
yeah,
tackles, he had that sort of niggle in him.